Hey, welcome back. Today we're digging into Kimi K3, Moonshot AI's blockbuster open-weight model that just launched at a fraction of Claude's token cost. It's near frontier on paper and dominates a few narrow niches, but still loses to Claude on general reasoning and multi-file engineering. We'll break down the planner-worker hybrid pattern that can match Claude-only output at 9 to 10x lower cost, and why skipping the validation gate turns that savings into review time debt. Let's get into it. Imagine walking onto a car lot, right? And seeing a massive brand new cargo van priced 80% below a standard Honda Civic.
Yeah, you'd immediately look underneath, expecting to find a missing engine.
Exactly. And today, that's exactly what we're doing in the AI space with Kimi K3 in this deep dive.
We really are. We fed our system a stack of the recent API documentation, developer blogs, and fresh benchmark returns for you.
Right. To answer one critical question for solo creators and small businesses trying to stretch a budget. Is Kimi's massive price drop actually a game changer or just a shortcut to a broken engine? Okay, let's unpack this. We're looking at an open weight model with 2.8 trillion parameters. That's like up to 6 times cheaper than Anthropic's Claude Fable 5.
I mean, that price drop is wild, and the secret to it is entirely in Kimi's architecture. So it uses this mixture of experts system.
Right.
Instead of firing up the entire 2.8 trillion parameters for every single prompt, Kimi actually has 896 specialized expert networks. But, and this is key, it only activates 16 of them at any given time, based on the specific query.
Oh wow, so only 16 are running.
Exactly. Because less than 2% of the model is actually burning compute on a single task, they can afford to price it incredibly aggressively.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and it absolutely dominates in isolated front-end coding or 3D object rendering because those workflows are massively parallel. You can divide them into hundreds of separate, unrelated subtasks that those 16 active experts can just, chew through efficiently.
Okay, I see the efficiency there. But watching this play out in the benchmark reports, I have to push back a bit on its capability for heavier workloads.
Fair point.
I mean, Kimi feels like a brilliant but hyper-focused junior developer. It absolutely crushes a simple standalone landing page.
Oh, for sure.
But handed a sprawling, interconnected software project where Module A needs to perfectly align with Module Z, that's where Claude, especially Opus 5, still reigns supreme.
Definitely.
In one independent coding test we looked at, Opus 5 scored a 92% on complex logic, while Kimi came in at 60%.
Right. And that 32-point gap really comes down to how those active networks communicate with each other.
How do you mean?
Well, when Kimi passes a multi-step logic problem from one set of active experts to another, context just gets lost in translation.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Whereas Opus 5 maintains a much stronger, cohesive context window across sprawling tasks. That's why it doesn't drop the thread on interconnected software design.
But fixing those logic errors takes heavy human review time, right? Which completely erases any money you saved on token prices.
Exactly.
Like, if you're paying a developer $50 an hour to troubleshoot Kimi's hallucinations, you haven't saved anything. Plus, there's the raw speed issue. Kimi runs around 35 tokens per second. Claude Fable 5 is pushing 72.
Yeah, that's a huge difference in real time.
Right. If I'm generating a massive block of code, I don't want to sit there watching my cursor crawl across the screen, paying my team hourly to wait for an output. So what does this all mean?
Well, it means fixating solely on token price is a trap. It's a classic case of measuring cost per word instead of cost per completed task.
Exactly.
And for anyone thinking they can bypass these issues by just running Kimi locally for free, you really have to remember the scale of this thing.
Oh yeah, the hardware requirements are insane.
They are. Running a 2.8 trillion parameter model requires a staggering 1.6 terabytes of RAM.
Wow, good luck with that.
Right. Unless you have a massive server farm in your garage, you are inevitably going to rely on cloud APIs like OpenRouter to access it.
And actually, relying on those specific cloud APIs introduces another hidden cost that no amount of human review can fix, which is data compliance.
Precisely. When you use Kimi's hosted API, Your requests are routed through infrastructure in China.
Right, which is a big deal for a lot of businesses.
It is. Because of strict data residency laws in the US and Europe, Kimi currently lacks certifications like GDPR, SOC 2, or IPA.
Wait, none of them?
None of them. Claude operates with an infrastructure that provides those exact guarantees, ensuring that regulated data doesn't cross borders unencrypted or land on unauthorized servers.
It's like buying a cheap delivery van that isn't street legal.
That's a great way to put it.
I mean, it really doesn't matter how fast or cheap they do the math, right? The chain of custody is completely broken. If you handle any regulated client data, whether that's healthcare records or EU customer info, Kimi is a non-starter.
Yeah. So if we connect this to the bigger picture, the lesson here is that you shouldn't route actual production work to a new model just because of a hyped-up benchmark.
So what should people do instead?
You need to build a bake-off kit. Take known good and known bad examples from your specific daily workflows and run them through any new model. Validate the output yourself to see where the logic breaks down before trusting it with your business.
That is solid advice. So for basic automation, repetitive tasks, or isolated front-end mockups, Kimi is a massive win for your wallet.
Absolutely.
But for complex, deeply interconnected, or highly regulated work, Claude is still your best hire. Choose based on the job, not the hype.
Right, exactly.
Which leaves us with one final thought to mull over. Kimi's full open weights are releasing to the public soon. Given the speed of the anti-developer community, how quickly will we see highly compressed local versions of this model that completely erase these cloud and compliance roadblocks? We might be looking at a very different, fully street legal AI sooner than you think.